Hi guys, Mitchell here, Mitchell in Minnesota. Welcome back to my channel. Today I was tagged by, today I'm going to do a question tag video that I was tagged in by VSG Joe. And as you can see, my husband Travis is here. Say hi.
Hey, how are you?
That's good. So it's nice that I finally get to have him on camera because I always lop off myself in another part of the house and make him stay in the front of the house when I record my videos. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then stay tuned. Hey y'all, so it is no joke. Oh God. This right here is about 1.5 feet, and then there's about a foot under it. So as you can see, can I zoom in on this? Yeah. So I can't get out of the house today.
Can do it.
Okay, so before we start, I was tagged by VSG Joe, who I believe was tagged by Downsizing Danielle. I am going to tag Jessicakes and her husband, and I don't know, I'm also going to possibly tag, and if you don't want to do it, you don't have to, Daniel's Journey, because you and your boyfriend, I don't know if you guys wanted to do that or not, but that's definitely an option. I would love to tag you and see your guys' answers too. So yeah, so this is, again, my husband Travis. So we will, I'm gonna ask questions that I found, well, the questions of it, right? And then I think we'll both kind of answer it. Does that make sense? So we'll just go with it. We're just gonna go with it. Okay.
We'll see.
All right, so number one, how did we meet?
I was doing taxes and Mitchell came up and asked me a ton of questions for like 3 hours and I didn't understand any of it. So I'm answering all these questions and eventually I was like, oh, I probably should see if there's more going on here. And then I was like, do you want to go get like food? And he was like, yeah, I never thought you'd ask. And that's worked out.
That is true. It was, and the bad thing was, I think I probably made somebody sick because it was like 3 hours. And I also had like groceries and stuff, so I put them all back. So somebody probably got sick. Number two, who was interested first?
I mean, I think it was mutual, but I definitely, I think it was mutual.
That's good. I think it was mutual. Number three, how long have we been together? I think I would say, what, 4 years together. We're almost, our second anniversary, wedding anniversary, is on Thursday. So today is Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Tuesday the 12th. So our anniversary is in 2 days, on the 14th of February. Number four, what attracted you to each other? For me, to Travis, it was definitely his eyes. Look at how pretty his eyes are. Yeah, like, and he's very tall, very handsome, and very, very sweet.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Now you answer it.
Oh, I mean, I could say all the super misogynistic things, but really it's the fact that you have these really awesome smiles and dimples and stuff like that, so.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Number five, what do you love and appreciate about each other? And for Travis, I appreciate that he puts up with my methodical thinking and the fact that I just go and go and go, and he's the only one that can kind of bring me back down to earth, and he'll put up with it in the middle of it. So I'll be stressed out or I'll be angry or frustrated, and it doesn't faze him. Like, it's just par for the course. So he's able to like make it work, and he's always there.
What was the question?
It was, what do you love and appreciate about each other?
I love and appreciate the fact that Mitchell makes the effort to think about all the little things I don't, and I am constantly focused on school and just being like a crazy person a lot of times, that he really helps kind of keep me grounded.
That's very sweet. I like that. That's very sweet. See, all these things we don't even know about each other. So, number six, what do you think is the biggest difference between us? I think
the fact that I am a little bit more logical and reasonable.
He's incredibly more logical and reasonable. Incredibly. I am absolutely a mess, we'll call it. But I'm up in the clouds.
That's for sure.
And what? And Trevi's very sensible and effective, and it's point A to point B for the most thing. I mean, he can do other things, but it's very much. But I think that that's what brought us together and keeps us connected in a lot of ways, is being able to be different in that way, because where one can't, the other can. So
That's pretty. I would agree with that.
Okay.
I think that's pretty true.
That's good. Number 7. How did you feel about surgery at first? How do you feel about it now?
I mean, if we're being honest, I was never really a big person on the surgery. I don't kind of necessarily feel like that's always the best option. And I would say that that's part of, coming from the military and just having that idea that mind over matter can solve anything. And I know that's not necessarily the case for everybody.
So that was how you felt about it then?
Yeah.
How do you feel about it now? Has it changed at all?
I mean, I love you regardless, and
That's
you're
very
my
sweet.
everything.
Okay.
So I think that the benefit has been that we've both learned how to be willing to eat differently, be willing to eat healthier. We've both learned how to.
Your portion sizes have gotten smaller too.
Yeah. I definitely can eat, and I think we've both learned through this process how to just be a little more reasonable around food.
That's a good one. I like that, being more reasonable around food, because food is it's necessary.
Yeah,
right?
and I think it goes both ways. I think it really does.
I agree. Do you want a drink?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I'm already wearing the shirt, so
Yeah.
I'm already
He's not from
representing.
Seattle originally, so I make him wear all my.
Well, it's mostly because I'm from LA, and I believe in the LA Raiders, and he'll.
I'm not going through this on YouTube. They're the LA Rams. And the Oakland Raiders. Yeah, let's move on. I'm not doing this on camera. So
Just good.
number 8. Can you briefly describe what surgery I got?
You got the RNY, and you were previously. I don't know.
What was it? Remember?
You can just.
Lap band.
But yeah. So you had the lap band, and then you had switched over to the RNY.
Okay, which is kind of number 9. What was the name of the surgery I got? But what does the surgery do that I got? What does the RNY do? Because I'm not even sure I know 100%.
Makes you healthy.
Makes you healthy. That's a good one. So it reroutes.
Reroutes. Oh yeah, it reroutes your entire intestines, so that you can.
So that I
eat healthier, or so that the food passes through your system a little bit faster, so you don't absorb as much. So that
What about portions?
Yeah, you can't eat as much.
Which is probably the most important thing, I think, is, people say everything in moderation, but obviously all of us in the WLS community, that's not
really a thing.
But yeah, that's a definite hard one. So yeah. So number 10, is there anything different between us since I lost weight? And I have to preface this, so keep that in your mind. I have to preface this was that Travi and I met, and I was 100 pounds thinner from my highest weight. So I know there's an incredible amount of divisiveness and divorce rates and stuff along in the weight loss community, but that's really, I think, geared towards people who married larger when they were overweight, and their other partner too is. So in my mind, I'm trying to get back to where I was.
Yeah, it's definitely worthwhile to note that you were 172 pounds when I met you. So I think I saw actually have a picture of when I. Anyways, so he was a lot smaller, and I think we just.
We're getting back to that.
Well, did you tell me about the reason why
The
lap band didn't work?
Yeah, that it slipped, and we took the the vomiting. Yeah.
So the fact was that he wasn't able to eat healthy. He wasn't able to eat really anything,
or drink
and
anything.
so I'm the reason why he had to have this surgery in the first place, because I forced him to have it removed and have all the saline taken out, and for the first time I think in the entire time I'd known him, he was able to actually eat real food, and unfortunately, it caused you know, a need for a new path. And I think that we're on that path, and we're making that journey together, I guess.
Yeah, going back to, you know, and that's, I want to get back to the way I was, because it was healthy. And, you know, being 54 pounds down is nothing to scoff at. That's definitely getting back to that point. So sorry, the question was, is there anything different between us since I lost weight? And I'm going to say, I think it's gotten better. Not that, and Travis has said repeatedly, like, I don't care what you look like, I just want you healthy. It doesn't matter. I'm the one that pushed it. I'm the one that pushed to RNY, you know. Is that a fair assessment?
I think so. I mean, I'll admit that I was not really involved in a lot of the process. I was, and I think I have been one of those kind of supportive, non-supportive husbands, in that
Invisible partner.
Yeah, that's probably an accurate statement, and that kind of just allowed Mitchell to kind of do what he thought would make the most sense for him, and it's probably really frustrating for a lot of people when you just say, you know, I just want you healthy, but I'm not really entirely supportive of it. So that
But I think he's gotten to a point now where you don't necessarily have to accept or support it, rather than just accept it and support that way, which I think is where we are. Like,
yeah,
absolutely, he's on board with everything. It doesn't mean, and that's just this was my, I know we say journey a lot, and that seems like a cop-out word, but it's not. We all say journey. This is my journey, but this is our journey together too, in a way.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily, you have to be on board and blah, 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 blah. That's not, am I getting a text message or something like that? So anyway, number 11. Do you have any concerns about our relationship going forward?
No.
Good answer. Me neither. I think we're going back to being healthy and losing the weight. It's all, to me, it's very congruent. It's together. Number 12, is there anything you're looking forward to when I get to goal weight that you can say on camera? Sushi. Yeah. We went to sushi once. I think that was one of my first meals after
yeah, because the doctor was like, it's the only thing you can eat.
It was the sashimi, wasn't it? And I remember little Kansas Kitty, you saw that video and then you went and had some too. Has anybody else had sashimi? It's really good. It's just like, and then I got that.
It's just thinly sliced fish.
Yeah. I think I had a couple of shrimps too. It was went down really easy.
They were still moving, actually.
Gross.
But you put in a little bit of like soy sauce, and you put a little bit of wasabi on it, and it's all good.
Number 13, what do you think about how I eat?
It's an odd question.
It is an odd question. Like, do you think it's meticulous? Do you think it's...
I think that you're more concerned with how I eat and how often I eat than you are about yourself, to be honest.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Just that I am blessed enough that you kind of take care of all the little things that I need, so I don't usually have to leave my office. And I think I get more concerned with the fact that I wonder if you're actually eating than if
that's
anything else. So yeah. I guess I would say that would be the one thing that's I focus on at all with regard to your eating.
And I think too, every time we go out to a restaurant, and I'm gonna see if he can answer this, because it's every time we go out to a restaurant and I've eaten and I finished eating, what do I ask you?
You asked me how much. You asked me if that was a lot.
I asked him. I always say, like, do you think I ate enough? And
no,
or sorry, too much.
Too much. I eat too much.
And I think 9 times out of 10, no, not even close.
I mean, I think no.
An appropriate amount to a little bit less than that, I think, is normal. Oftentimes, when like, a couple weeks ago, I showed a picture of when we went to this Dutch pancake house, and I just had a little bit of the omelet that I had, but that was a protein that works for filling me up faster, whereas like meatballs don't fill me up. So it's just, again, those dense proteins.
And of course you had like 3 bites of my little pancake and thing.
Oh, it was really good. Yeah. It was worth it. That was absolutely worth it.
It was like bananas Foster or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was just all sugar, and I couldn't
Dutch
eat any of it. I couldn't eat any of it, so I had...
Yeah, and in that video I have a picture of his too, and everybody commented and said, wow, I really want yours, not mine.
Yeah, I'm a little bad with sugar sometimes.
Number 14. Do you think I'm committed to a healthier way of life? Why or why not?
I think that living a healthier life is a holistic process. Mm-hmm. And I think that we collectively are working on making positive changes that will take time. they'll take time to work themselves out.
I agree. I think that's a really good way to look at it. Number 15, what are your thoughts on when people comment that I have to feel better since losing weight? What are your thoughts on when people comment that I have to feel better since losing weight? It's kind of an odd question.
Isn't that kind of relative, right? Like how you feel on any given day is going to be relative to all the other stuff that's going on in your life at the time.
Yeah, and I remember right after surgery, I was really tired. As you guys know, like my recovery time was way faster than a lot of people's. But Travis forced me to stay in bed and relax for a week. I was off my pain meds I got it done on Tuesday because I upload my videos on Tuesday. By Thursday or Friday, I didn't need pain medicine anymore. So I think that that's a good point towards my ability to heal right now, still being 30, and my doctor's ability to get in there and get out pretty quick.
I mean, I will say the one thing I've noticed is probably that you sleep better.
I do sleep.
You're yeah, really. Like I used to come to bed, because I was working all these wild, crazy hours, and I come to bed, and it didn't matter what I did. He would wake up, and I could be clear across the other side of the house. And he'd wake up and say, "Hey, Travi, where are you? Are you? What's going on?" And he'd be up for 4 more hours before he go back to sleep. So, I think
because now he can get into bed, and I won't wake up. So I think that's the biggest, besides physically being smaller, and these collarbones, you guys, look at that. We're getting them back now. Besides that, we are the sleep, absolutely. Because when he comes to bed, I don't even know anymore. So that's good. Number 16, what have you learned so far from what have you learned so far from all of this, if anything?
I have learned about this other world that I wasn't even aware of. My experience with eating issues has been on the other end of it. The anorexic bulimic end of it, and that's a world that I kind of understand in a lot of ways, and this opposite end of it has been very eye-opening for me, and has, I guess, really humbled me in what I believe and what I think, and I think it's maybe shown me that there are more options and there are more ways, and that the whole eat healthier and go to the gym longer attitude may not always be the best solution, and sometimes you need more tools in your toolbox to get things accomplished.
That's super informative, actually. That's very helpful. I'm going to sneeze here in a minute, so it's coming. Number 17. What would you say if someone came up to you and said they didn't think I should have gotten the surgery? Bless me. Sorry, let me read that again. What would you say if someone came up to you and said that they didn't think that I should have gotten the surgery, or that they didn't agree with it?
Well, I would say that I would be the first one to agree with them, and then I had said that to you at the beginning. I said, you need to go through, and you need to just eat healthier, eat better, and go to the gym, and eventually it will work. And it's not a lie, but I think that the time it takes to see the results on that is a long time. It's like 6 months or more before you really see the results on that.
And keep in mind, that's me as a healthy 30-year-old at 6 foot, almost 6'1" tall, because there are a lot of people who are a lot shorter and a lot heavier. So that may not be that path.
And I would say that, you are absolutely entitled to whatever opinions and feelings and thoughts you have, and that you can hold those dear and you can hold those sacred, or however you look at it. But you have to respect the choices that other people make and support them.
Especially because it's not any of their business, right?
Sure.
Travis is more diplomatic in that way, because I think I would just say well, thank God you don't have to lay in my bed with me, because that's my decision as a person. Number 18. Do you have any advice for fellow, it says VSG husbands, but for fellow RNY or VSG husbands who may not understand it?
I didn't understand it, and I support you and what you do. And I mean, the way I look at it is I want you to be healthy and I want you to be happy. And there are a lot of different ways to get from A to Z. And sometimes that's a straight path and sometimes it's a little bent sometimes. So, you know, as long as you're getting there, I think that that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I agree. Number 19, what do you think about me making YouTube videos?
I think it's very interesting. I don't watch any of them, so it's gonna be very interesting when this goes up. But I don't watch any of the videos. I don't, you know, but I think it's a great outlet to discuss your thoughts and feelings, and
The community I've found out there, I think, is too very, very, very
supportive,
and helps keep me on track. And I see your guys' struggles, and I talk to Travis about a lot of you. I think he knows you by your screen names, but
I know the ones that he talks about. So,
but yeah, so that was the tag. Again, I hope you enjoyed, first of all. I'm going to tag Jessicakes and Daniel's journey. It's very eye-opening, I think, especially in our community, because while it is our choice and it is something that we have to do, it affects, and we are affected by the other people in our world. So yeah, I am thankful that you came and did this with me.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a wrap for now. Okay. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Bye.